Is Printful really the king of print on demand? Let's find out. Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to the channel. If you're brand new here and we don't know each other yet, my name's Kerry. I'm the founder of Shirt School, and I created this channel to bring you the best strategies, secrets, and hacks to grow your online t-shirt, apparel, or print-on-demand business. Today, we're going to be reviewing and going in depth on Printful, kind of the king of print-on-demand, right? Or so we think. Does Printful live up to the hype? So today, we're gonna dive deep into the shipping, the pricing, the quality. We've got a package from Printful right here. As we always do, we're gonna unbox this at the end of this video and actually look at the quality. We're gonna go through the features, the app, a lot of stuff in this video. Full disclaimer before we get started, Printful has a lot to offer and I won't be able to cover everything in this video, but I do want to cover the things that I think are most important to at least my community here on YouTube. And I also want to let you know that I am not affiliated with Printful. All of these thoughts and opinions are my own. I'm not being paid to make this video. It's not sponsored. And in fact, I'm not currently affiliated with any print-on-demand provider. So these are all my own opinions. Diving right into the review today, let's start off by looking at the Shopify App Store. Kind of as we always do, we've searched print on demand, and just to kind of show you, Printful is the #1 most installed print-on-demand company in the Shopify App Store. Now, they do a lot more than just Shopify, and we're going to get into that a little bit later in this video. But if you just look here, just at the reviews, just look here at the reviews for Printful, 3,530, and Printful is second, and the reviews there, 1,670. And so you can see just by that, they're kind of pretty far ahead of every other print-on-demand company. They are massive. And as I said earlier, they do much more than just Shopify. And in fact, they do much more than just print on demand. They offer a lot of really cool services. So I wanted to start off by just showing you kind of where they rank. They are #1 by far. Next up, let's take a look at the Printful website and kind of see just what they're advertising to you that they have to offer. So create and sell custom products online. Now I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you kind of already know what print on demand is. So I'm not going to go through that, but Printful has 307 premium products that they offer. They have no upfront fees, no order minimums. There's so much that they do that I'm learning, and throughout doing this review, I've learned a lot more about Printful that I didn't know before. So sell with print on demand, order the items for yourself. You can also store your own products. They can act as kind of a warehouse for your own products, which I thought was really, really cool. They show some examples of the products you can sell, how print on demand and drop shipping works. Here is one that I want to stop for a second. So here's all of the platforms that Printful works with. And so this is something that is pretty unique to Printful. So there are a lot of other print-on-demand providers that work with Etsy or a few of these other platforms, maybe WooCommerce, but Printful integrates with more platforms than any other print-on-demand provider that I've seen, and there's some pretty crazy ones on here. Now here on the channel, we've reviewed Launchcart. Obviously, we talk about Shopify a lot. But look at this. I mean, Amazon, eBay, Magento, which is another e-commerce platform, WooCommerce, another e-commerce platform, Big Cartel as well, Euclid. I mean, there's a lot. But it's pretty cool that they integrate with so many different platforms. And what that means for you if you're selling on Shopify with print on demand, but maybe you also sell on, I have students who sell on Etsy or eBay and a few of these other places. What that means for you is that you can have your products in one Printful account, and you can just have one Printful account, and you can sell on all of these marketplaces or different platforms from that one Printful account. So it's nice to just be able to use one print-on-demand provider and sell on all the different places that you want to sell. So that is a really, really cool feature. Another thing that they have is they have local fulfillment. So we've talked about this with Gelato and with a few other print-on-demand providers. SPOD has a few global fulfillment centers. So these are the ones that Printful has. Here in the United States, you see they have 5 fulfillment centers, or here in North America, 5 fulfillment centers, and they're all over, right? They have a good number of fulfillment centers across the world. What that means for you, again, is if you're selling internationally, that means that your products don't have to be shipped from the United States over to Europe or wherever, to Australia. That can cause increased shipping rates and increased shipping times. So the fact that Printful has local fulfillment centers in those countries is going to lower your shipping cost and ensure fast delivery for your international customers. So if you get an order in Australia from a customer in Australia, but you're in America, that order is just printed and shipped locally there in Australia, so it can get to them much quicker, and it costs the customer and your company a lot less money. So that's a huge deal. And lastly, Printful in numbers, they just kind of show you how much they've invested in printing equipment. There are 15 fulfillment centers around the globe, 960 million, almost $1 billion sold by customers through Printful. So they're a juggernaut. They're massive. They are the Walmart, the Target of print on demand, and they have a lot to offer. The last thing I want to show you on this page, and then we'll jump in a little bit deeper, is the services tab. You see the things that they offer here: print on demand, custom packaging, branded pack-ins. The warehousing and fulfillment is really cool, because if you're selling with print on demand, but you also have maybe handmade products or other products that you're sourcing that you want to ship to Printful, they can ship those out with your print on demand products in one package, which is really cool. Creative services, they offer graphic design services, video, photography. It's pretty crazy what they offer and kind of the scale that they do it at. So they've got a lot to offer. Let's go ahead and dive into the products. Okay, taking a look at the products, Printful has a lot of products, over 300 products. You can see custom printed, and they also offer embroidery, and they're gonna have a pretty big product selection. So again, this is one of the benefits you get of working with a big company like Printful, is you get not only a lot of products, but a lot of options for those products. So let's start with men's clothing. If we just go to t-shirts, you can kind of see the extent of the catalog that they offer. I mean, they offer a lot. So you see a lot of just standard blanks here, the Bell & Canvas, Gildan 5000. They've got some all over print options. Then you see really cool things like this, like an oversized tie-dye shirt. But overall, Printful is going to give you a lot to choose from. You see the curved hem t-shirt. Here is kind of a denim t-shirt. A lot of really cool stuff. Let's dig in a little bit further to see some more of the unique options that they offer. Now, you saw right there, I want to go back to it. You see here under men's clothing, you see some things like joggers, embroidered t-shirts, even underwear, which is pretty crazy, shorts, bottoms, leggings. If you're doing something like fitness clothing, this is definitely a good option to look at. If we go over to hats, we see some cool stuff here. Let's go to all hats. And you're going to see, again, really unique products like the bucket hat. You see some beanies here. We've got kind of this vintage denim looking hat, distressed, which is really cool. Some tie-dye options, golf. I mean, just a ton of stuff. 5-panel hat. There's almost unlimited options here, and I think that's great. I think that's amazing if you are wanting to sell some more of these obscure items. Let's dive into kind of one more category here before we move on. Let's go to accessories and see what we've got here. So you've got duffel bags, hair accessories, shoes. The product supply is endless. It's a lot of stuff. Custom jewelry, which is really popular right now. So overall, just to kind of wrap up the product section, you're going to get a lot of products. You see over here on the left just how crazy it gets. Flip-flops, I mean, there's some crazy stuff. So you're going to get a lot of options here, no matter what you're wanting to sell. And like I said, it's not just a lot of different products, it's a lot of options for each of these products. When you go to hats, you've got a lot of hats. When you go to these different categories, you've got a lot to choose from. Even when you go to kids and youth clothing, that's something you don't always see. So one of the big advantages, again, of working with the Walmart of print on demand is you get Walmart type selection. You get all the different types of products, a lot of really cool products that you can sell in your store. Next up, I want to talk about pricing of the products. Now, if there's one thing that has prevented me from selling with Printful or prevented me from recommending it to you in our community, it is the pricing. Their pricing is very high on a lot of products compared to their competitors, compared to other print-on-demand providers. Now, I will link a video down in the description we did somewhat recently where I asked if Printful was overpriced, and I actually broke down the pricing on their products compared to other print-on-demand providers. And what we found was pretty shocking on the pricing for Printful. It is considerably higher in most cases than every other print-on-demand provider. In fact, with t-shirts, there was really only one instance where they were lower priced or kind of on par with the other print-on-demand providers. And that was for the Gildan Soft Style t-shirt, which they're now offering at $8.95. They used to offer, I believe, at $7.95. So they've even raised the price a little bit on that. Now, price raises are normal, especially lately. You probably know about inflation and all different types of things that are happening in the US. So prices are kind of going up on a lot of different things. But looking at I'm going to look at t-shirts and mugs real quick. Looking at their pricing on these t-shirts. Let's start with the Bell and Canvas. You're looking at $12.95 for your cost as a seller to, sell the Bell and Canvas 3001 in your store. That's pretty high. I mean, you're talking about at least $1.50 or $2 or more in comparison to a lot of the other print-on-demand providers that I have reviewed on the channel. And that kind of goes across the board here. The Gildan 5000 priced at $11.95. I mean, they're out of their mind a little bit with that pricing. That is really, really high for all of these t-shirts. Now, some of these you're seeing here, a hemp t-shirt, eco-friendly, $22.95. You're going to expect that to be higher. All over print, you're going to expect that to be higher. But looking at some of these, Gildan 2000 at $12.95. I mean, you're talking about a t-shirt that a lot of print-on-demand providers are offering at $6.99, $7.99. That's almost double the price. I mean, that is pretty outrageous. Another one, the Next Level 3600. This is a t-shirt that is pretty on par with the Bell and Canvas 3001. And in most print-on-demand providers, those are going to be very similar priced. The Next Level may be a little bit more, but they're going to be somewhat similar priced. This one's $14.50. I mean, that's very high. Again, you're talking about $2, $3 more than a lot of the other print-on-demand providers. And so as you go through their products, what you'll find is pretty much across the board, they are going to be higher priced, and it's pretty considerable when compared to other print-on-demand providers. Now, I hope that you'll stay till the end of this video because there are so many reasons why. I'm really convinced after doing the research that I understand why so many people use Printful in spite of the price. So I'm going to talk about a lot more reasons why you might consider Printful. And so I don't want you to tune out of this video just because I'm telling you that their pricing is high, because there is a lot of really great things to offer. And we still got to look at the quality, because the quality is a really big one. And the question you're going to have to ask, I think, at the end of this video to yourself is everything that you get with Printful that it really kind of blows a lot of other print-on-demand providers out of the water, is that worth paying that a little more in price? Which the answer is probably yes for a lot of people. So keep tuning in as we kind of continue to go through this. Another thing that I just wanted to pull up really quickly was their mugs. You look at their mugs, an 11-ounce mug at $7.95. Again, it's really high. It's a really high price, and mugs were one of the areas in the video that I did earlier this year where Printful was considerably higher. So you're going to see that across the board. I can't go through every product, but you're going to see that across the board that Printful is going to be a little bit higher, a little bit more premiumly priced, if that is a word, than most of your other print-on-demand providers, if not all of your other print-on-demand providers. Next up, let's dive into their actual Shopify app. And this is one of the areas where Printful is really going to shine. With Printful being such a big company, that enables them to have a really, really well-designed, well-coded, error-free app experience. And so that's one of the things that you're getting with Printful that you're not going to get with some other print-on-demand providers is, if you've seen any of the reviews on my channel, sometimes the apps can be stinky, right? I've done some reviews where it's like, man, this app is difficult to use, it's buggy, all that kind of stuff. That is not the case with Printful, and that's going to be a huge advantage, is going to be their app. So inside of their app, there are a lot of options, I will say that, but it's very simple to use, and like I said, it's pretty error-free. And you're going to get a lot of really cool stuff in here. And as we kind of go down the list, you see product templates. They kind of give you templates for the different products for your artwork, which is really, really great. You can store your files in here. When you go to stores, this is really cool, right? So if you have a lot of different accounts, maybe you're connected up to Shopify, you're connected up to some of these other places here, you're going to see all of those right here in your accounts section. So it makes it really easy to manage all of those accounts out on these different platforms if you're using multiple platforms. Your billing statistics for your sales statistics, the warehouse program we talked about earlier, where you can send them inventory so that they can ship it out, that kind of thing. So it's really, really great app. One of the most important parts of a print-on-demand app is the product creation flow. So how easy is it to create a product and get that into your Shopify store or any other platform? And what does that look like? And then what options are available? So I want to go through that next. So from the main screen inside your Printful app, you click on Stores. and you're going to see all of your stores there, no matter what platforms you have. You're simply going to find the store that you want, and you're going to hit add product. Now, that's going to take you to the entire product catalog here, and it's really cool because it looks just like it does on their website, so they keep it very consistent throughout. Now we're going to click on t-shirts, and we're going to go to all t-shirts, and I'm just going to select a t-shirt as I always do in these videos. I usually go with the Bell & Canvas 3001. Let's go with a different one this time. Let's do the I'm going to do the next level 3600 here, kind of another fave. Let's see, let's find it real quick. Right there, next level 3600. Now the next level 3600 doesn't have quite as many options for colors, but it's a great t-shirt. So here is the beginning of the product creation flow inside Printful. Now, one thing I want to point out that is an incredible feature of Printful that I get asked about all the time, definitely one of the most asked questions here on YouTube and in the Shirt School community, is about customization on your products. How do you do like custom tags and different print areas? Well, Printful is one of the few print-on-demand companies that will allow you to do stuff like that. So if you look right up here, you're going to see front and back, which is pretty standard for most print-on-demand providers. But then you have outside label. So on the back side of the t-shirt on the top there, you have inside label, which is probably the one that a lot of people want to do, those custom inside labels. You have left sleeve over here. You have right sleeve. This is awesome. This is a huge pro for Printful because you cannot do this with most print-on-demand providers. And so it's really cool that they offer that. If you're somebody who's wanting to do custom areas of printing for your products, Printful is a great option for that. Another really, really cool thing to go along with that, and a huge pro of this, as you can see right here, they're going to offer DTG printing or embroidery. Something that you don't get with most print-on-demand providers is the ability to do embroidery on t-shirts, right? Or a lot of other products. You can do a left chest or you can do a center chest in fully embroidered design. So it's really, really cool. I'm going to switch it back to DTG. You can select the colors that you want to sell. We're just going to stick with black for this one. You have your sizing. Another thing I want to point out, again, really cool thing with Printful is they have a design tool built in. So if you don't have designs or you don't want to use Photoshop or you don't want to learn any of that complicated stuff, you can do your own designs inside of the Printful app, which is really cool. So I'm going to hit choose file. I'm going to upload a file from my own computer. I'm going to use my just taking perfect action thing design that's already here in my library. And if you want to upload straight from your computer, you can do that here. You can also upload from Google Drive or from Dropbox, which is great. I'm just going to select the taking perfect action design, hit place. And it's going to pop that right on the t-shirt here. And I can size it. I can reposition it. I can put it where I want, right? And whenever I am ready, I can just hit this proceed to media button. Another thing I want to point out, personalization right here. You can allow your customers to personalize the design, which is, again, something that not all print-on-demand providers offer, that personalization. So that means you can allow your customers to do custom text and other custom things on the t-shirt. They do allow that here, and you can just enable that for customization, okay? So we're going to hit proceed to media, and we're going to get to another huge thing about Printful is look at the selection of mockups. It's just awesome. I can't stress enough how cool this is and how much I love it and how much I love this app. It's just a really great app. You can select from any of these different mockups. You see even things like a flat lifestyle mockup. They have a ton of different stuff, tons of men's mockups here. People wearing the t-shirt, flat mockups on a hanger, just tons of cool stuff. So you want to select the one that you want to display in your store. I'll go with this flat lay mockup. You can add additional mockups if you like. You can add a product video down here. I'm going to go ahead and just hit proceed to details. And this is where we can title our t-shirt, our product. We can do our description. We can choose whether we want to attach the size guide. Tons of great stuff here. We can put it in a specific collection. We'll hit proceed to pricing. We can set our pricing here. And that's all there is to it. Overall, my opinion is this product creation flow is the best I've ever seen. If you watched any of the other print-on-demand reviews on the channel, you know that apps can suck, and there's been some rough ones. this one is the best. It is intuitive, it's easy. I love the options, the mock-ups to the design tool, to the personalization. It's just really, really great. So highly, highly recommend the app inside Printful. Really, really good app and great product creation flow. Hey, if you're enjoying this video today, would you please hit that like button? It takes like 1 second and doesn't cost you anything. It's a way to tell me that you like this kind of content. And what it does is it helps tell the YouTube algorithm that this is good stuff, and YouTube will push it out to more people. So it's a huge help for me if you just hit that like button. Also consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell icon. That way you'll get notified every single Tuesday when we put out new videos just like this one. Back to the content. Just to do a quick recap of everything we've talked about, and then we're going to unbox this t-shirt. We're also going to talk about the shipping speed. Okay, we're going to get to that right after this, but to do kind of a quick roundup of the pros and cons. I do want to say that this review has really opened my eyes to why so many people love Printful and use Printful, and I can see why you would consider Printful. You know, when we talk about, and I'm going to look down at my notes a little bit, we talk about everything that they have to offer and the level that they do it at. The options for customization on your products, the labels, and the sheer number of products, over 300 products that you can choose from. The incredible app that they have, probably the best I've ever seen. The app is so well laid out, no bugs. The product creation and the mock-ups and all those options that are inside there. The global fulfillment, the warehouse option for shipping them your own products and inserts and that kind of thing. The flexibility with multiple platforms. All of this stuff is just huge, huge pros to using Printful and make it an incredible option for a lot of people. And so I have to recommend that part of it. I think that is great. Really, the only con that I can come out of this with and tell you is the price. The price is an important factor. It is a very important factor. But that's really the biggest con, the only con that I've found so far. Now, we still got to look at quality. Quality may be a con. We don't know. But that's really the only con. They're considerably higher price than the other print-on-demand providers that I've reviewed. But that is the only con that I've come up with so far. So with that being said, let's take a look at the shipping time that it's taken to get to me. And also the quality. Really quickly, I did want to cover this before we look at the shipping, which is tied to the shipping, is their cost for shipping. Now, there's not much to see here. It's pretty standard. They're not, I wouldn't say that they're high priced or low priced. They're just kind of pretty much the same as most print-on-demand providers that you'll see. For t-shirts, you got a single product at $3.99. Additional products in that order are $1.50. And if you look at hoodies, sweatshirts, and jackets and pants, $6.99 here, an additional $2 there. All over print's going to be about the same. So their shipping rates are pretty good, I would say. Not anything like too high or too low. Shipping rates seem to be on point. Let's pop over to my order. So this is the order that I put into my test store here, Enneagram Life. I ordered the Take Imperfect Action t-shirt. And so you see right here that I created this order on September 29th, 2021. On October 1st, the order was shipped. Okay, so Printful shipped this order out within about 2 days. It was shipped out. Now, after that, it did take a week to get to me. So it didn't deliver for a week. Now, I want to tell you one thing. I'm not necessarily laying this down as a con on Printful, but I do wanted to let you know. I did a Printify review on the channel. I ordered that Printify shirt and the Printful shirt on the same day, September 29th. They were both, I was sent a shipping confirmation on both of them on the same day, I believe it was the same day. But I received the Printify t-shirt a couple days earlier. I think it was 2 or 3 days earlier. It might have even been more than that. 2 or 3 days earlier than the Printful shipment. Now, you know, a lot of times I say, hey, it's on USPS, that kind of thing. But I do want to let you know that, you know, one thing you have to think about is these print-on-demand providers, there's a possibility that, you know, they print a label, which is going to send you a shipping confirmation email, but then that order can just sit in their warehouse for, you know, multiple days. And you're thinking as a customer, your customer's thinking it's shipped, but it's really just sitting there. So you have to kind of think about that. In my view on this one, you know, I think what happened is I think Printify and Printful printed the label at the same time, but Printify dropped off those orders and got it out to the Postal Service quicker than Printful. And so that's maybe a little bit of a negative on Printful. And if we take a look at the actual USPS tracking here, this will confirm what I've just said. The order was placed on September 29th. Printful created a label on October 1st, but check this out. It did not make it to the USPS facility in San Diego, California until October 5th. So 2, 3, 4, so at least 4 days it sat in their warehouse and did not get transferred over to USPS. So I'm gonna put that down in the con category for Printful. Although they printed the item quickly, they did not get it to the Postal Service very quickly. And so that resulted in a pretty long wait time for me to get the item here in Oklahoma. All right, I've got the overhead cam here so you can see this quality kind of up close and see me unbox it. Now, you know, this was delivered to my house, and this was my daughter. My daughter's 3, and she decided to just open the package, try to open the package, but luckily we caught it. So this has not been opened other than a 3-year-old just kind of ripping at it a little bit. So it is sealed. I'm gonna leave it upside down just to not reveal my home address, but it was a pretty standard label. It's got the company name, and then it's got my address on it. Standard packaging, nothing crazy here. So let's see what this quality is like. Let's unbox it. This is my Taken Perfect Action t-shirt, and you've seen it before. Nothing new here. Now, a lot of people, you know, rave about the quality of Printful. I don't know why I'm struggling with this. A lot of people rave about the quality of Printful, and so I don't know that I've seen Printful's quality in a long time. It's been a while. So let's see if they live up to the hype, if the quality is that much better than other print-on-demand providers. There it is. Let's see, we have a deal here. Okay, it's got my stuff on it. But yeah, just a super standard little package insert. Okay, first of all, this has a bad vinegar smell. I'm not trying to hate on Printful, like I'm really not. I want them to be amazing. And they've been amazing in this review so far. But this definitely has a really, really bad vinegar smell. Whether that's important to you is kind of up to you. It doesn't matter to me. It's not a big deal, but it does smell like vinegar pretty bad. We've got a Belling Canvas 3001. You see that here. And we've got this sticker. I'll leave that sticker on there for now. All right. Let's take a look at the quality and make sure that gets right in there. Let me get that whole design in there. There we go. Okay, so that is the Taken Perfect Action t-shirt. You've seen it before. You've seen it so many times. Let's even go a little bit closer there, and you can see that red, what that red looks like. Now, the one thing I am noticing here that I'm gonna point out is this print kind of mistake right there. It's like a gash in the print. That's the only mistake that I see, but I gotta deduct some points for that, right? Like that's a very clear kind of quality issue, and I would have to say it's pretty bad. That's not great. Now that aside, if we forget that for a second, this looks really, really good. This looks really good. When we talk about the colors, this red, very vibrant for direct to garment. It's one of the best that I've seen. I'm not looking at the other ones side by side that I've reviewed, but it's one of the best I've seen. The white looks great. The red looks amazing. I just gotta deduct some points for that because that's disappointing to see that they didn't catch that. As far as placement, I think placement looks good. No issues there. It's looking pretty solid from that perspective. So overall, I think it's pretty good. The only negatives that I can say about the quality are the vinegar smell is pretty bad, and this little gouge here on the C is pretty bad as well. So a little bit disappointed with that, but very satisfied and happy with the color, the outcome of the colors here. Okay, final thoughts on Printful. Well, I just went through a lot of the pros and cons, so I'm not gonna cover those again, but overall, I think it's a great experience with Printful, and I totally understand why so many people use them and why they're kind of the king of print on demand. Now, is this enough to switch me over to Printful? No, it's not, because price is really, really important to me, and I think that the pricing on Printful is really bad. And then the only other cons that I could really find, the shipping is kind of slow, them actually getting it to the facility, and then the quality could kind of go either way. From a placement and color perspective, the quality was really, really good. The colors were vibrant. I mean, it looked really, really great. On the negative, on the quality, you know, the vinegar smell, if that matters to you, that it had a really bad vinegar smell. And there was that gouge in the print that I definitely think that their quality control or somebody should have caught at Printful before actually shipping it out to me. So you can take that for what it is. That's what I got. So, you know, if you want to check out Printful, go check them out. I think you're going to have a great experience, and I think your customers are going to have a great experience. I think you're just going to pay. It's going to pay a lot more than you will with some other print-on-demand providers. So overall, I think I would give them a really, really good score, and I definitely understand why you would consider using them. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed this video today. And hey, if you're getting started with Shopify, you're getting started with print on demand, and you're not really sure what steps to go through or how to get started with your print on demand store, I want to give you a free Shopify store build cheat sheet. It's 13 steps. I put it together with my team. It's got resources that we use, links to products that we recommend, and it's got 13 steps that you need to go through before opening your Shopify store. It's really helpful, and it's 100% free. You can go over to shirtschool.com/cheat sheet, and the link will be down in the description. We'll also put it on the screen. Go get that cheat sheet for free. I think it'll be really helpful for you. Talk to you soon.